candidate forum will showcase 3 candidates on the Democratic primary ballot for mayor in Chester City. In the general election, there may be additional candidates on the ballot for mayor from other parties. Therefore, the general election will determine the winner of the election for mayor. Our apologies for any misinformation communicated last night at the Chester City Council Candidate Forum. The candidates, a League of Women Voters moderator, timer, and technology host will be on Zoom, but the audience will be watching the forum using YouTube live streaming. The YouTube recording will be posted on the League website and on our YouTube channel. Please share this recording with others. No portion of this video may be modified for use without prior written permission of the League of Women Voters. The video must be used or linked in its entirety. We want to thank the participating candidates and those that registered and submitted questions prior to the event. Now it is my pleasure to introduce our moderator, Joe Lesniak.
Thank you, Barbara. Good evening, and welcome to the League of Women Voters of Delaware County's Candidate Forum for Chester City Mayor. Hello, I'm Joe Lesniak, a member of the League of Women Voters and a practicing lawyer here in Media, Pennsylvania. I'll be moderating the forum. As you may know, the League is a nonpartisan political organization. This means we neither support nor oppose candidates. We are dedicated to ensuring that all eligible voters have the opportunity and the information to exercise their right to vote. We hope you have requested a mail-in ballot or will vote at the polls on May 16th, the primary election for Chester City Mayor. Tonight, we ask you to listen and learn. All the questions received prior to the live event online via the registration form and from individuals in the community. All the questions have been submitted to the League prior to this live event and curated by the League of Women Voters to have a variety of topics and issues represented. There will be no additional questions from the audience during the candidate forum tonight. The entire forum is being recorded for posting and viewing on League websites. It must be shown in its entirety. Clips cannot be used and excerpted from for partisan political advantage. Our timer for this evening is Joanna Nealon, and our technology host is Kathy Youngman. Each candidate will have 2-minute openings and closing statements. We will ask the same question to all 3 of the candidates following the rotation agreed to by the candidates, starting with Thaddeus Kirkley, then Stefan Roots, and then Pat Worrell. Each candidate will have 60 seconds to answer each question, with 2 opportunities during the night to extend the responses by another 30 seconds. All they have to do is raise their hands to do so. On your screen, you see me, Joe Lesniak, and the candidates for Chester City Mayor Thaddeus Kirkley, Stefan Roots, and Pat Worrell. We will begin with opening statements. Our timer will be providing guidance to help keep all the candidates' responses within the time frame in order to complete the forum in about an hour. Now, for the questions submitted to the League of Women Voters, we will have time for approximately 12 to 15 questions. Thank you again for joining in this event. And please take the time to find out more about the candidates at the League's nonpartisan website, vote411.org. And remember to vote. It's your voice. Thank you so much. And with that, we will start. Mayor Kirkley, I believe you have the honor of starting off.
Thank you. And it is an honor and a privilege to be with all of you this evening. I want to thank the League of Women Voters for hosting this awesome event tonight. Let me just share a little bit about myself and who I am. I am Thaddeus Kirkley. I am the mayor of the city of Chester. I have lived in this community all of my entire life. I'm also married, and I have been married for the past 47 years. I have 5 amazing daughters, a host of grandchildren. I'm also the pastor of the Great Community Baptist Church located right here in the city of Chester. I served in the House of Representatives for 24 years, and during that time, I chaired both the Pennsylvania Legislative Black Caucus for a period of time, for 4 years, as a matter of fact, and also chaired the Pennsylvania Tourism and Recreation Committee, the second leading industry in the Commonwealth.
Well, all that being said, respectfully, y'all heard it with your own ears. What the fuck have you did for Chester?
Pennsylvania. Also, I served on many boards throughout my career in the political realm. Tonight, I want to talk about the successes that we've had in this community. Successes like reducing crime by 67%. Someone once said that you should never make promises that you can't keep. Well, we made the promise to reduce the crime in this community, and we've done just that. We also made the promises to lighten up our community, and we've done just that with brand new LED lighting. We also made the promises to bring about tutorial programs for our
Fuck lights got to do with it, man. You can go in the store and buy your own LED lights. The fuck you mean you gave the citizens lights?
young people, and we've done just that. So tonight, we want to share more of the progress that we've had in this community. And I am so proud and so glad that so many folks are listening in so that they can hear the facts and not fiction.
Thank you, Mr. Kirkland. Stefan Roots?
Hey, good evening, everybody. I'm Stefan Roots.
Good evening, sir.
City councilman in the city of Chester, the newest city councilman in the city of Chester. I'd like to thank the League of Women Voters for arranging this forum for Chester voters and residents to hear from me. But let's just cut right to the chase. Chester's on life support right now.
Facts.
There's only one issue Chester should be worried about, and that's what's going to happen if Chester runs out of money.
Facts.
It's up to you, voters. This could be the last mayor's debate ever in the city of Chester. This election will determine if Chester will still be a city 4 years from now. Your vote determines if this city lives or dies. You know, what is a mayor? You know, a mayor creates the vision for the city. He sets the tone. He establishes the reputation.
Mm-hmm.
He hires commissioners. He signs contracts. He attracts businesses.
Mm-hmm.
He drafts the city's budget, and he keeps the ship on course.
Mm-hmm.
The mayor is simply the chief executive officer of a city. You know, one of the things I'm going to do as mayor is watch every dime that goes out of City Hall. I'm going to collect every dollar that's owed to
Talk this
us.
shit,
I'm going to
Roots.
increase our tax base by bringing in new businesses, build
Word.
new homes. I'm going to see that we get out of bankruptcy and receivership. That's what CEOs do.
Mm-hmm.
Can't do that when you treat the city like a corner store, hiring all your family and friends,
Ooh.
spending money that you don't have.
Ooh.
I'm the candidate working with the receiver and his team to put Chester back on a firm financial footing. By contrast, our existing mayor, our current mayor, continues to complain about stupid stuff like how much the receiver makes. Yet the mayor has no problem wasting your money trying to reverse the court decisions the receiver already won. The mayor's disgraceful in his actions. All he's concerned about is protecting his image, not the city.
Ooh.
We all know the money problems in Chester didn't start with him. We know that. It
I
started
like
about
this
25
guy.
years ago. But he's never had any true intentions of fixing the money problems.
Roots,
Kirkland
you
wants
got
us to
my
believe
vote,
the
man.
governor is going to bail the city out like we're on welfare or something. And who's Pat Worrell? If I had $5 for everyone who asked me that question, I would retire today. She's lost every election she's been in, except the appointment from Mayor Kirkland to be on the zoning board for the last 10 years. She's a nice person, though, but she's not qualified. He's the guy I'm running.
Okay, thank you, Stefan. Appreciate it. We have to keep moving on. Ms. Morrell?
Stefan.
Good evening, everyone.
Good
And I do
evening,
want to thank
good
the League
evening.
for putting this forum together, thank the two candidates for participating, and the community for joining us this evening.
Pat Worrell.
I was born in the state of Massachusetts, raised by three wonderful generations of women, my mother, my grandmother, and my great-grandmother. My educational background is in business administration, finance, foundations of financial management, budgetary principles, and human resources. I attended the Harvard Extension School, studying in the areas of paralegal, government and political history, and contract law. I'm a lifelong Democrat. I started my political career when I was about 12 years old, working on my aunt's campaign. She was a state representative and served for almost 30 years. She campaigned for every 2 years, and she took every campaign as if it was her first. And she taught me never to take a voter for granted. I relocated to Pennsylvania in 2005, and I moved to Chester in 2007. Shortly after moving here, I engaged in community organizations to better improve community and development, issues like street lighting, clean community program, and lobbying for a supermarket. Through my community engagement, I was asked to run for office for several political offices and sat on the Chester City Zoning Board. Since moving to Chester, I started 3 businesses and a nonprofit. I decided to get into this race because I have the experience, the qualifications necessary to do this job. If this was a corporate job, you would have to show your resume and show your educational and qualifications to fit the job descriptions. I'm running in this race because I have the qualifications to do so. Thank you.
Okay, first question goes to you, Mayor Kirkland. Within the last 24 months, what have you done for those living in the city of Chester that has been a benefit to them living there? Hope you're on mute there, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you for the question.
Bully tactics.
For the last 24 months, what I have not done is I have not lied just now, just like Mr. Roots just did. I have not lied about a budget. Mayors don't draft budgets. If you don't know, you don't know. And that's what you need to tell people, Mr. Roots. You don't know. Not one of my family members has ever been hired by me in city council, in city hall. If you don't know, you don't know, Mr. Roots. There's no need in lying to the folks. I told you we're going to talk about facts and not fiction. We've already have businesses coming into this community. We're getting ready to cut the ribbon on a business this Sunday at 2:00. Be there, Mr. Roots, so you can see the businesses that this mayor has brought into this city. When we bring businesses into this city, we create jobs and jobs for our people. Thank you very much.
I hope you ain't talking about down there at Subaru Park. That's Subaru Park investment. You had nothing to do with that. That's their land. They own that land. So what are you, like he said, you buck dance around the question. What have you did for the last 20 months, bitch, for the residents of Chester? You still couldn't come up with a fucking answer.
Very much.
Thank you. Mr. Roots, same question. Within the last 24 months, what have you done for those living in the city of Chester that has been a benefit to them living here? Hope you're on mute there.
One of the first things I did when I got on city council was create an Adopt a Park program where we can get businesses to help us clean up the city. The city's a mess. The city's terrible. You drive through the city, you see trash everywhere. And businesses don't want to see a trashy city. It doesn't attract business. That's one of the first things I did. But the mayor, did you just say you didn't hire your family members here? Is that, well, I guess you can't respond. But I think everybody knows differently. And the businesses that you brought in, Mayor, how are they going to get us out of bankruptcy? We need businesses that's going to get us out of bankruptcy. I'm looking forward to being the mayor of the city of Chester.
Yes, sir. His daughter and them had a hair salon. They had the fucking corner joint across from the municipal building, the house rep joint, know what I'm saying? They had cigar spots all around and shit, gentlemen clubs and shit. They kind of shut the shit down now because it's getting critical. Let's go, Mr. Roots. You got my vote, sir.
Because not every 24 months should you be asking the question what's going to be done. It's going to be done every day. We're going to be doing things like making the citizens participate in city government. That's what they're looking to do. So look for me to help the citizens make the city that they want to create for themselves through my leadership.
Great.
And we're going to hold you accountable to that, sir. Okay? We're going to hold you accountable to your words. All right? But it sounds good, Roots. Sounds good. Right now, you winning my vote. Let's go.
Thank you, Mr. Roots. Ms. Morale, same question. Within the last 24 months, what have you done for those living in the city of Chester that has been a benefit to them living here?
Like I said in my opening, I've created 3 businesses and a nonprofit. I've created job opportunities for the people of the city. I've created home ownership opportunities for the people here. I've been a real estate broker for the last 20 years, and I've created...
Where at? No disrespect, but where at? Now I'm saying you should have some signs or something up now. I mean, not only because it's election time we see you. Like, I don't know you because you're not from Chester, and kind of Chester residents like to believe into people who was raised in Chester. So let's listen to what you got to offer, though. You know what I mean?
Created home ownerships for the people of the city, and I've sat on the Chester City Zoning Board for the last 10 years to ensuring that our city is mapped the way the city should be, that industries and businesses and types of things that we don't want here in the city. I was able to make sure my 10-year on the zoning board to ensure that our city is mapped the way we need it to be.
In particular, I want them to start young. One of the things that I have been excited about being on the board of the Chester Education Foundation is taking advantage of their the youth that they'd like to put to work, to volunteer. I've tried to bring them to City Hall on several occasions, and the mayor threw one 17-year-old out because he wasn't 18 yet, three weeks away from his 18th birthday. But I want young people to get an experience volunteering at the various business within the city. As far as adults are concerned, as mayor, I'm really looking forward to going up and down the waterfront, all around the city, shaking hands with business owners and letting them know that you can't do business in this city unless you hire people from the city, whether it be full-time jobs, part-time jobs, or even the type of jobs that they can get experience.
Great, thank you. Ms. Royale, same question. What specific plans will you implement to increase job creation for both adults and young people? Oh, you're on mute, Dennis.
Well, first of all, I would create programs or encourage programs within our schools. When I was growing up, I had a work-study program, which I went to school in the morning and worked in the afternoon. So I would like to see work-study programs for our youth to prepare them for job opportunities. As a realtor, I work with commercial businesses to bring them, to encourage them to come into the city.
Job opportunities, I get it. But what about career opportunities? Jobs and careers are different. Anybody can get a job. Everybody don't have a career. Let's go.
But right now, where we stand, we need to make some changes. We need to make some operational changes and make the city inviting for businesses to come in for job creations.
Great, thank you. Mayor Kirkland, same question. What specific plans will you implement to increase job creation for adults and young people?
Same plans that we've already created. We've already created opportunities by way of Everest Care Facility that came under my administration, came to this city. Candlewood Suites that came under my administration that are now operating in this city. In-home healthcare facility. And once again, we'll be cutting the ribbon on this Sunday at 2:00. The downtown area is open back up to our community. Job creation has been at the forefront this whole time in my administration. And I want to get back to the lies that Mr. Root said. That was my program, Adopt a Park. Remember you sat in my office and I told you, I shared with you, Mr. Roots, my Adopt a Park program and gave it to you. Come on, don't lie to the folks. You're right here. They're looking at you. They see you. You don't have to be a humble person when it comes to operating within city government. Don't tell the people lies. Tell them the truth.
Well, what the fuck you been doing for the last 8 years?
Moving on to the next.
The fuck you been doing for the last 8 years then, motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? He don't like his own motherfucking tactics coming back on him. So he telling Roots, you know what I mean? Trying to tell him how to run his goddamn campaign, basically. Like I told y'all, bully tactics.
Next question. This question is for Ms. Royale. How will you work with the receiver to improve the financial standing of the city?
Facts. A steady fighting at him.
Oh, you're on
Arguing
mute
with
again.
him.
Sorry.
What's your
An
point?
automatic review. I guess that goes on automatically. The receiver is here,
For a reason.
appointed by the governor to offer recommendations to the city to get us out of receivership and out of bankruptcy. The bankruptcy is a plan of actions that need to be taken in order to get out of bankruptcy. So I will work cooperatively with the receiver to get us to work the plan to get us out of bankruptcy, therefore out of receivership, and to work to get us out of oversight, because we've been in oversight for over 28 years. So the end of the goal needs to be working to get out of oversight. So I will work cooperatively with the receiver, look at his recommendations, and see what is in the best interest of the city.
Thank you. Mayor Kirkland, same question. How will you work with the receiver to improve the financial standing of the city? You're on mute as well.
You don't want to answer that. Look, he ducking and
There we go.
running. Nigga, you know what you doing. Nigga.
Once again, if folks don't know, they shouldn't be saying things that they don't know. The receiver has applied for bankruptcy. Okay, that's number one, by way of the courts. I have worked with the receiver on numerous occasions. I worked with this receiver when we used our American Rescue funds to bring back some of our employees. I worked with the receiver when it said when we created an ARPA oversight committee that included the community input. I worked with the receiver when we brought in our COO, who is now our chief of staff. I've worked with the receiver when it comes time to removing certain resolutions from our agenda. I will continue to work with the receiver, but where we disagree, we will disagree. And there are some things that I think that I can share with the receiver that he will have a better understanding. So he will have a better understanding of Chester and its residents and their needs. I work with anybody who's willing to work to make Chester a better place to live and to grow.
Bullshit. Nigga,
Thank you. Mr.
ready,
Ruth, same question. How will you work with the receiver to improve the financial standing of the city?
Mayor, are you kidding me? You're working with the receiver? You and the rest of council have appealed the decision that the court said is the way that he should go. We're going to Supreme Court, wasting all this money from the city to win nothing, to win absolutely nothing. I have been working with the receiver. If you saw the court hearings, people, you saw that what the receiver brought to the judge was the Roots Compromise. Not only was that evidence of me working with the receiver, it was evidence that I was even trying to get a better deal for me as a councilman, the rest of councilmen, and the mayor. It was the Roots Compromise that said, hey, Mr. Receiver, you're going too far. You can't have total power. You can't have total power, sir. So that was scrapped. We'll walk away from our departments, but we want to create committees. That was added. The end.